guys, welcome back. It is week 11 with Fat Loss with Carvin, and yes, I'm in a strange place. That is because this week has been a shit show. I kid you not, an absolute shit show. So on Tuesday, which is when I normally film these updates, I woke up in the morning and I couldn't even open my eyes. They were so inflamed. So the only other time this has ever happened, it's probably happened once or twice, is when I have had my eyelashes tinted. And apparently I cannot have that done anymore because it just my eyes are just ballooning out of my head. My lids look like I've grown a second eyelid. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, Tuesday I woke up with me scratching my own eyes. I'm thinking, why am I scratching my eyes? And I look down, I'm like, what's wrong with my face? I can literally see the eyelids, the cheeks, from just laying in bed. I'm like, oh, something is wrong. So sure enough, I had an allergic reaction to something. And yeah, I literally could hardly see for the whole day. It got a little better in the afternoon. But anyways, I have had to just put up with that for a day. And it affected everything. I wasn't able to train. I was just feeling really awful. Just super fatigued. I think that's probably due to the fact that I had some medication, and a lot of that anti-inflammatory medication, the side effect is drowsiness. I'm just like a zombie on Tuesday. So anyway, that was that day. So I actually missed training this week, and I missed training today, and I missed training on Monday, which is so unusual for me. So I guess taking a few steps back, I have wanted to do a little bit of cardio this week. It'll be the first time probably, I'm going to say, in 6 months, or at least since I was coming out of my last show, that I have done any cardio, HIIT cardio. And after the weekend, and I'll talk about that in a minute, I was just feeling a little bit, I don't know, not comfortable. And I was just tired of not feeling very fit. So I was like, okay, I'll go and do a spin class. I haven't done one of those in so long. And I was on my way over, and I'm like, oh, I'll text the gal that I don't normally does it. And she was like, no, I've got exams today, so I'm not taking the class. It's this person. And I've done that lady's class before. And I was like, I remember walking out of the class going, what did I just do? It was, she was just up, down, up, down, up, down. So it was an absolute nightmare. So I got to the gym and I'm like, oh, I was meant to do cardio today. I don't really feel like training and doing my lifting. I didn't bring any of my lifting equipment. I don't have my shoes or my belt or my wraps because I was just cardio. So I ended up just walking for an hour and got my steps in, and then went away and did my work for the day. But yeah, this week's kind of just been completely skewed, and I had intentions today of training after I got all my client check-ins done, because I just had a new onboard of a bunch of new clients for our 16-week challenge. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll try and get into work, get all the client stuff done first, and I'll train after. Well, it's I don't know, 6:30, 7 o'clock. I finally finished, and there's no chance in hell I'm doing my training today. So yeah, a little bit of an unusual week. I think it's been a good thing, because normally I would be really anxious 3 days without going to the gym. But I think I have handled it a lot better than I would have done previously. I've just been really open-minded and trying to be more flexible. So that's that. Last week was a pretty difficult week. It's probably the first time, I think, since doing this fat loss phase that I found it really hard to hit my targets, even though they had just gone up last week. So I've been pretty consistent with the 1595 calories, I think it was, for most of this fat loss. And then I lost more weight than I needed to, and the coach gave me a calorie increase. But even though it was more, I was really struggling, and I think part of that was we had the kids home a lot more this week, or I was certainly home a lot more. And Livia really loves I don't know, playing and cooking, and she's always like, oh, can we make this, can we make this? So I had done a bit of baking for my channel. You guys have probably seen some of the stuff that I put up this week, but we also had a heap of I don't know, treats and just snack foods. And I think it's probably at that point now where I've lost a bit of weight, and the hunger has just started to creep back in. So you'll see here when we go and have a look at my check-in that I really struggled with compliance for a few of the days. I think I did end up being compliant overall, but I really had to dig deep on a couple of days to kind of make up for like a really high day, particularly on the days that we were kind of in the kitchen or I was like preparing meals. So that's new considering it's now week 11. I'd say that's okay. It's probably expected, but yeah, I definitely found it really hard. So anyway, let's go and have a look at my data for this week, and we'll see, I guess, what the coach has got in store for this coming week. Okay, so I'm just going to go into Carb and Diet Coach, and I've just opened up the Me page. So if I scroll down to the bottom, I can go to calories, and I'm going to have a look at my Tuesday through to Monday, which is my check-in period. So my weekly average was 1750. Which I think is just going to be inside the allowable range. So I think my target was 1711. So if we add 2.5% to that, I think it's about 1755 or something like that. So I'm probably going to be compliant, which is good. But you can see there on Monday, I had actually had to I ended up rolling a bunch of calories because I was eating on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I knew that I'd gone over, so I was just kind of like casually putting in like something that I'd eaten on Thursday. I'm like, I'll throw that to Monday, it'll be fine. And it ended up really backfiring because I got to Monday and I was like, oh my god, like I've got no food left. So that was a really bad idea, so bad one on me. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm happy that my calories look to be compliant. So my protein intake, that's really good. You can see I was super consistent with that at least this week. So that was 150. That was my highest day there, 156 on Sunday. So I'm very happy with that considering how challenging it felt this week. Carbohydrate. So my average was 177. I think my target was 169. Yeah, I think it was 169. So you can see there on Saturday, it was a really high day. I think I was logging, I had a couple of drinks during the day. We went to a pool party, which was really fun. And I logged all of the alcohol just as strict carbs. So you can see it's really high, but you're also going to see my fats on that same day really low. So I just kind of traded out carbohydrate for fat for how I was tracking those drinks. And then for fats, there you go, you can see Saturday it was like 29. So my calories came out balanced. It was just how it ended out. But the weekly average is 50 and I think my target was 49. So that means I'm probably gonna be compliant. Okay, so I've already done my check-in because it was on Tuesday. So I'm just gonna look at my recording of that. So you can see here I went in and put my weight. So today or on Tuesday it was 70.3. So now it's asking, was I compliant to my macro targets? So like I said before, I think the range was, 1754. So I just scraped in on the upper end of that range. Looks like my protein was good. It was dead on in the middle at 150. Carbs, I was a little over, but it looks like it's within that kind of allowable range. And then my fats were within the range as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put my weight in, which was 70.3. And then it's asking, is everything looking okay? Doing some science. So, okay, the coach's message is nice work. Since your body is responding well, we are not going to make any changes. Keep up the great work. So that is really positive. It means that I don't have to take a calorie decrease this week. So I'll be interested to see how my weight goes with another week on these targets, because I feel like it was starting to reach a bit of a plateau, but I guess we look at a 3-week rolling average. So I'm probably just scraping into that as far as I'm on track, but next week if I don't make progress, I'll probably get a drop. So yeah, I guess that's good. I still have food this week. It's like off week for the kids this week, so I know that it'll be a little bit easier for me to stay on track. We are going to Anna Maria on the weekend, so we get to catch up with some friends that are flying in from Texas, so that'll be really nice. Hopefully we get some good weather. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed because I didn't get to do my training this week, so I'm going to have to still train in the mornings when I'm down there, but there's a gym and stuff close by, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Anyway, I think that's enough for this week. There you have it. I definitely struggled this week. I'm sure some of you guys, if you're going through fat loss, you're probably feeling that there's some similarities going on as you get further and further into that deficit. It's kind of normal to start experiencing more hunger. But yeah, I think as long as you can kind of be consistent overall, take a few diet breaks if you need to. In fact, I probably will take a diet break soon, but I've been feeling pretty good until this point. That's definitely something that I would recommend you do, because it can kind of, I guess, give you a little bit of a physical break and a mental break, and then allows you to kind of get back on track into dieting the week after. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment, and I will see you guys next week.